What do you want to say?
I can't figure out if I'm inside or outside.
Get a sense of the body then. Is the body standing, seated, or lying down? Feel the position of the body. What's your first impression?
Standing.
Standing. And notice the position of the body. Is it standing slouched and bent over like it's defeated or injured, or is it standing tall and strong?
Tall and strong.
And the arms of the body, are they by your side? Are they out in front of you? Behind you? Where are the arms of your body?
Straight by my side.
Look down at your arms and notice, what kind of sleeves do you have on these arms, or are the arms bare?
Cuffs.
Cuffs. And are these cuffs closed, like they're cinched at the end of the wrists, or are they open?
Closed.
What color are these cuffs?
White.
Follow the sleeve, the cuffs up through the sleeves. What color is the shirt you're wearing, or blouse? Is it white? Follow it up the arms and see it over your body. What color is the covering that's covering the upper body? Allow your mind to see for you. You're not seeing with your eyes, but with your mind. And let whatever imagining comes forward in your mind to come forward. Either you see it or just sense it, it's okay. Whatever's covering the upper body, is it button down or is it pull over?
Over.
Very good. Stay with me. See how far down the body it goes. This pullover top, does it go below the waist? Or is it tucked in?
Below.
And as you follow this down to the ground, whatever's covering the body, does it go down to the thighs, the knees, the ankles, or lower?
The thighs.
And as you go from the thighs down the legs to the feet, noticing the feet, is there anything on the feet in this moment?
Boots.
What color are these boots?
Black.
Are they laced, buckled, or slip-on boots?
Buckled.
And how high up the legs do these boots come?
Knee.
And as you get a sense of the ensemble that you're wearing, are you a male or a female in this moment?
Male.
See the boots in your mind again as you look down, and notice what's beneath your boots. What's the ground beneath you?
Dirt.
Is it dry dirt or wet dirt?
Dry.
Is it light colored or dark colored dirt? Look up and around you. And notice, are you inside or outside? First impression.
Outside.
Looking around you where you're at, describe to me the scene around you. What's the environment like around you?
Field.
In this field, is it just a flat field? Are there trees around this field as well?
No trees.
And are there mountains off in the distance or not?
No.
In this field that's in front of you, is it a field that has been used for farming? Is it a field that's more of a wild field? What's it like?
Battlefield.
A battlefield. And now looking, getting a sense. Are there others around you? Or are you by yourself?
I'm myself.
And notice what you're doing in this moment. What are you doing?
Looking around.
As you look around, do you sense a feeling of peace within you or a sense of anxiety? Like you're searching for something.
Peace. Searching.
Peace, searching. And notice yourself in this moment. Are you an old man, young man, adolescent, or a child?
Young man.
A young man. And as you're there in this moment searching, get a sense, a greater sense of what's on your body. Does it seem like everyday kind of clothing, or does it seem more uniform-like?
Uniform.
What color is your uniform?
Blue and white.
Blue and white. And I want you once again to look at your hands. Are your hands clean or dirty in this moment?
Clean.
Is there anything in your hands in this moment?
Scroll.
A scroll. Very good. And as you're looking around, get a sense of your age. How old are you in this moment?
32.
32. And tell me, are you a tall man, medium height, or a short man?
Tall.
Are you broadly built? Are you thin and slender? How are you built?
Broad. Tall.
And do you have facial hair in this moment?
No.
And as you're looking around in this moment, are you looking in any one direction or another? Or you're just kind of surveying the whole scene?
Survey.
And as you focus on this moment, the field in front of you, is it overgrown, or does it seem like it's a traveled type of field?
Not traveled.
Battlefield. And what gives you the impression that there's been a battle, or there will be a battle?
Just the feeling of a battlefield.
Very good. And as you're looking around this field, I want you to get a sense of your name. Allow your name to come forward. What is your name?
John.
John, if that changes, you'll let me know. John, you're within this field right now. You're 32 years old. You're dressed in a uniform, military type, and you have a scroll in your hand. I want you to notice, John, what is it you're there for? How come you're there looking around?
Protection.
For what?
War.
And what's your purpose in this moment, John?
To protect.
Are you kind of scanning the area for strategy, for a battle?
Hoping there's no battle, just in case, for protection.
Very good, John. John, I want you to move to the point where you've concluded your moment in this field. I want to know what you do next. So notice, what do you do next after having looked around this field?
Plan.
And where is this taking place? Are you still in the same field?
Yes.
Are you planning with others or by yourself?
By myself.
Are you using the scroll in front of you at all? Or you're just planning in your mind?
In my mind.
Tell me the plan in your mind, John. What plan is moving through your mind?
Block.
Go on.
Block enemies.
And how is it you plan to block enemies, John, as you look around the scene? As you plan? What comes up?
I don't know.
Okay. I want to move further into your day, John. I want to know where you go after you have left this field. So as I count from 1 to 3, just transition to the next place you go to after this moment on this field, making this plan. 1, 2, 3. Looking around you, John. What are you aware of?
Water.
And what's taking place?
Thinking by the water.
Are you standing, seated, or lying down?
Sitting.
Are you sitting by the water's edge or a little further back from the water?
On the water.
And the water in front of you, is it a big body of water? Is it just a stream?
A pond.
A pond.
I'm on a deck.
And as you're sitting by this pond, John, the day around you, is it sunny or overcast?
Sunny.
And as you sit by this pond, notice, do you sit by yourself? Are there others sitting with you?
By myself.
And as you sit in this moment, how do you sit? Cross-legged? Legs straight out in front of you? How do you sit in this moment, John?
Right leg bent.
Are you sitting on the ground or are you sitting on something?
Deck.
A deck, oh I see. Do you get a sense this deck is attached to anything? There's a building attached to it or not?
No.
And as you look out from this deck, notice the feeling you have within you, John. What's your feeling? I want you to know what you feel hopeful about, John.
Peace.
Peace. Let's move forward once again and within the day, John. I want to move to the event of your day, beyond the moment of sitting on this deck. 1, 2, 3. Looking around you. What are you aware of? Did you move along, or did you remain at the deck?
Remain.
And the day around you, does it seem like some time has passed?
Dawn.
And as you sit there in this moment, John, and the sun rises, do you still have the same feeling of hope within you?
Sunset.
Sunset, okay.
Sunset.
That's okay. And as the sun sets, do you still have the same feeling within you of hope? Or has it changed?
Anger.
Note your anger, John. What are you angry about? What entered your mind that brought you anger?
No love.
No love. I want to move to the end of your day, John. I want to move to the very end of your day that we entered into. The time as you're closing up the day and going to bed. So just allow your mind and memory, John, to drift you forward to the end of your day, to the time before bed. And notice where you are, John. Where are you?
In bed. In a cabin.
Very good. Is there anybody in the bed with you?
No.
And the room in which the bed is in, is it just like a one-room cabin, or do you sense there are different rooms within this cabin?
One room.
And as you lie there in the bed, do you have a light on at this time, or is it dark around you?
It's dark.
And as you lay there in this moment, notice the thought or feeling within you as you fall asleep. What's the thought or feeling within you before you fall off to sleep? Yourself drifting off to sleep, John. Feel yourself in the bed and the bed beneath you. And notice, what thought or feeling do you have before you fall asleep?
To complete my mission.
To complete your mission. Very good. Rather than going backwards, John, let's go forward. I want to know what takes place regarding this thought of completing your mission. So what I'd like you to do as I count from 3 down to 1 is to go to the event that will help us understand if your mission was completed or not within the life of John. 3, drifting forward now to that moment of the mission completed or not. 2, and 1. Looking around you, John. What are you aware of? Just get the impression, are you inside or outside? Once again, I'll count from 3 to 1, and we move to the event, the moment that lets us know if you fulfilled your mission or not, John. 3. Drift forward, now it's okay. 2. 1. First impression, John.
Castle.
What are you aware of around you?
I see a castle. I'm outside of the castle.
And what's going on in this moment?
I'm waiting.
And as you're waiting, John, notice where you are that you're waiting. Is it like the front door of the castle?
The entrance.
Describe this entrance to me, John.
Tall, stone, gray stone.
And as you wait, do you wait by yourself or are there others waiting with you?
By myself.
And as you're waiting, the day around you, is it daytime or nighttime?
Day.
And how do you feel as you wait there at the castle door in this moment, John? What feelings within you in this moment?
Anticipation.
Anticipation. As you stand there in this moment, as you continue to get a sense of yourself in this moment, John, has much time passed since you scouted that land a way back, or not? What's your first impression?
Way back.
As you stand in front of this castle, is it a large castle? Expansive, large walls outside of it?
Yes, large walls.
Let's move forward then. As you make note of this castle and imprinting in your mind in this moment the imagery that is within you. And let's move forward now to the moment either you move into the castle or you're turned away from the castle. Tell me what takes place. As you allow your mind and memory to drift you forward.
Move away.
What happens? Notice. How come?
The plan.
What about the plan, John? What about it? Mm-hmm.
To move the enemy away.
And what about that plan? Were you able to communicate that plan to the people in the castle?
Yes.
Did they accept the plan or did they reject the plan?
Accept.
Accept. Notice where you are in this moment, John. Where are you?
Walking down a path.
And you're walking away from the castle?
Yes.
And as you're walking down this path, how do you feel?
Happy.
What's making you happy in this moment, John?
The mission.
Your mission?
Yes.
What about your mission that's making you happy, John?
To protect.
And what makes you happy about this? Did you do your job?
Yes.
I see. Very good. I want to go back into your childhood, John. I want to go back to the significant moment in your childhood. That was the first moment that created all that came from it, where you were so successful in this moment of the mission. As I count from 3 down to 1, drift back to that significant moment in your childhood and within the life of John. 3, 2, 1. Looking around you, John. What are you aware of?
I'm a little boy, 5.
And what's happening around you?
I'm playing, having fun, running around and by myself.
And describe to me the environment around you as you're running around.
Marketplace or outdoor people. I'm running around people and laughing.
And noticing how these people are dressed. How are they dressed? Be it the men or the women. Are they dressed in fine tailored clothing? Are they dressed more in workaday clothing?
Both mix.
As you notice the kind of clothing that is being worn, imprinted in your mind now for easy recall. And tell me, John, get a sense, where are you in the world?
The word Normandy keeps coming to my head.
Okay. And as you're within this moment, John, and all these people moving around in this marketplace, do you get a sense of tension in the air or a sense of comfort in the air?
Comfort.
And as you're moving about, do you get a sense that you're there with someone who oversees you?
No.
And as you're having this fun, John, I'd like you to move to the event of your day that we entered into. So if you would allow your mind and memory to drift you forward, John, within the day of 5 years old at this marketplace, and drift forward to the event of your day. And as you do, John, what are you aware of?
I'm holding a toy, a wooden toy figure. Like a soldier.
And as you hold this toy, notice, are you still within the marketplace or not?
Yes.
And notice, are you in the midst of the market, the activity? Are you off to the side, like by one of the stalls? Where are you?
In the mist.
Are you standing, seated, or laying down?
Sitting.
Sitting. And do you get a sense you sit by yourself, or others sit there with you?
By myself.
And as you're playing with this toy soldier, tell me, what makes this the event of the day for you? What's so significant about you sitting there in this marketplace holding this toy soldier?
To have peace with all the world.
And how come that's significant for you, John?
Mission.
So very early on you had a sense of your mission?
Yes.
Very good. Then let's go further. I want to go between the age of 5 and the age of 32 to the most challenging moment in the life of John that was either a threat or further put you forward into your mission. Between 5 and 32, as I count from 3 to 1, John, drift to that moment. 3, 2, 1. Looking around you, John, what are you aware of?
Iron worker. Or building something with iron. Possibly tools. Or a sword.
And as you're building in this moment, what's the environment like around you?
An outdoor stall. I'm just hammering away. You can see the light of the metal meeting.
And as you're doing this in this moment, how do you feel, John, making this weapon?
I don't want to.
How come you don't want to, John?
This is not my mission.
Then notice within you, John, as you're hammering this moment, I asked you to go to the significant moment that either affected the mission forward or redirected or interfered with it. What's taking place for you in this moment that has any effect on your mission?
Thinking, I don't want to do this.
Very good. So you're caught in a choice, aren't you?
Yes, and I don't. I don't do it.
Very good. You took the brave choice, didn't you? To stay with your mission.
Yes.
Very good. Not knowing where it would take you. How old are you in this moment, John, as you're hammering away? First impression?
23.
23. Good guy. It took 9 more years, John. Or even longer for your mission to fulfill in that moment. So let's go beyond now, John. I want to go beyond the moment of fulfilling the mission. At least within the time of surveying this land and what you were doing in the moment of 32. I want to go to the most significant event in your life after having been to the castle, but prior to your death. The most significant event in your life is, John, after having shared the plan at the castle, prior to your death. 3, 2, drifting forward, and 1. Looking around you, John. What are you aware of?
I'm inside a room. Looks like a courtroom.
And what's happening?
There's others sitting at the long desk, and I'm standing.
And as you stand, notice what you're doing. What are you doing?
Talking for peace.
And the ones you're talking to, do you get a sense there's a trial taking place? Or is it more of a kind of a meeting environment? What does it look like to you? Is there a judge or somebody there?
No judge. I'm trying to persuade or...
Persuade what, John? What about peace that you're trying to persuade?
They're listening, but they have another plan.
And what is their plan?
To destroy.
To destroy. And as you're there, knowing their plan, John, knowing that they're not really listening, what's happening for you?
Oh, anger.
You're angered. And as you're angered, do you act out angrily in this moment, John?
No.
As you stay within this moment, John, releasing the energy from anger and not being heard, knowing that you cannot control the destiny of others. As you let the pain from the moment move over you. I want you to notice the outcome for you in this moment, John, after you have left this meeting with these men. Just allow yourself to drift forward to the moment of outcome for you in this, John.
Disappointed.
And where are you in this moment that you're feeling such disappointment?
They're not listening.
You're still within there.
I'm away. I'm walking away.
And as you're walking away, you're talking to others, or you're
I'm alone.
And knowing that they did not listen, John, I want you to move forward to the effect it had on your life in this moment. So allow the mind to drift the memory forward to the effect of this moment on your life. And as you move there, John, what are you aware of?
A challenge.
Challenge what? Or who?
Myself.
What do you challenge yourself, John?
To show others.
Show others what?
And it's such so much sorrow.
As you release this sorrow in this moment from the life of John, what is it that you now dedicate your life to?
Love.
Then move forward, John, again, beyond the day of frustration and sorrow. And notice how this new dedication manifests within your life. So you can drift forward now without me having to count you forward to the moment in your life as John that is the manifest outcome of this new commitment, the new mission of love. And as you drift to that moment, John, what are you aware of? How is it that you manifest this new mission? It may be quite simple and not so grandiose yet in the life of John. But how is it you manifest the first movement, at least, into this mission?
Act.
I want you to move to a moment of significant acting then, John. The action of your love in this mission.
Accept.
What about accept, John?
It is whatever it is. It is.
Finish your thought. What is it you have to accept, John? First impression. What is it you have to accept?
War. No.
Understood. You have to accept the others who are making choices counter to what it is that you desire to see happen.
Yes.
And not having the power to make the difference. When you move into acceptance, John, I want you to notice what residual feeling, though, is still within you. Do you fully accept them for their choice, or do you find disturbance in your acceptance? First impression.
Accept. I accept.
Very good. I want to move to the last day of your life, John. I'm going to count from 3 down to when I do. We'll move to the last day in the life of John, to tell me everything going on within and around you. 3, 2, 1. Looking around you, John, noticing where you are. What are you aware of?
I'm on the bed.
The same bed you described earlier in your life? Or a different bed?
See?
And as you lie there, John, notice, are you by yourself or there are others with you?
There's a woman.
Where is she located, John?
She's coming to the left side of my side.
And as you look at this woman, who is she to you, John?
A maid.
A maid? Not a wife? Not a lover, but a maid. Correct?
Yes.
Very good. And as she's there to your left of you, is she attending to you in this moment?
Yes.
And what is she doing in this moment to attend to you, John?
Washing my face.
Very good. And as you lie there in this moment, John, tell me, how old are you in this last day of your life?
69.
And I'm feeling within you, John. What is it you're dying of? What's your first impression? What are you dying of, John?
Fever.
Okay. And as you lie there, John, perhaps knowing or not knowing that this is the last day of your life, tell me, how do you feel about the life you lived?
Lonely.
What was it that made your life so lonely, John?
I never did anything for myself.
Very good. I want you to drift to the last moment of your life, John. To just before you breathe the last breath from the life and body of John. And as you drift forward to that last moment, tell me, what thought or feeling do you have within you before you leave John's life?
Acceptance. Accepting.
What about it before you leave?
I'm ready.
I want you now to allow yourself to take the last breath from the life and body of John, and you'll find yourself floating somewhere above or beside his body as you exit from him. Yet you retain no mental, emotional, or physical impressions from the life of John that do not serve your growth and evolution within the present lifetime. And as you release now from his body, floating somewhere within the scene of passing, notice, where are you in relation to John in this moment?
I'm above.
Don't go any further. As you look down on him,
He looks so peaceful.
was he alone when he died, or was the maid there?
Alone.
And as you see him, was he a robust man when he died, or did he look like a sickly man when he died?
He looked like he was a good elf.
Good. And as you focus on him, tell me, now that you've left his life, what feels fulfilled from his lifetime? What feels accomplished?
Yes.
What feels accomplished from his lifetime? What feels fulfilled?
Understanding. To accept.
Go ahead. Anything more about that in this moment? The understanding to accept, Soft mind. What feels left undone from your life as John? What feels left unfulfilled? Nothing. Do you leave with any regrets from your lifetime as John?
No.
And as you look down at him, how do you feel now about his choice to not live his life for himself, but to live it for others?
Happy.
I'm going to count from 1 to 5. As I do, open your mind to the highest level of your being. On the count of 5, you'll be aligned and unified with the mind and being of your soul, allowing the intuitive nature of your spiritual mind to speak through you with ease and comfort. Starting at 1. Open the mind further now, expanding it into the highest levels of your being. You may lose sight at the time of passing from the life of John, but not going any further. 2. Bridge the connection now to higher self, connecting it directly now to self. 3. Bring higher self into self, merging higher self within self. 4. Unifying your presence now as self and soul, allowing the intuitive nature of your spiritual mind to speak through you with ease and comfort. And 5. What was it you set out to learn from the life of John? What was the lesson of that life? First impression.
The word 1.
The word. What came up? As I count to 3, as I touch the shoulder soft. As I count to 3, you'll know the lesson from a lifetime of John. 1, 2, 3. What was the lesson?
I don't understand, but why love?
Was the lesson about love? Was centered around that? Staying with this then. What was it from the life of John? Let's stay with it. What was it from the life of John that you gained an understanding about love? Once again, keep the mind soft and receptive. What was it about love that you gained an understanding from the life of John? Go ahead.
Accept.
Accept. Very good. Did you fulfill this understanding?
Yes.
How is it that this understanding now is being either advanced or further worked through within the present lifetime?
I have to learn to remember to accept.
Yeah. You do. And notice if you move into alignment authentically and genuinely with a vibration of acceptance and love, what happens for you in the present life?
Radiate.
Radiate.
To others.
There you go. And how is it that you are fulfilling this?
Show me.
There we go. Last question. How is the life of John most relevant for Angelina's session today?
To wait. Wait for the right time. And it will come.
Very good. You did very, very well. Now, you can soften once again. Good. I'd like you to bring the image of John into your mind and have him in front of you. And when you do, just say the word yes. His face, at any time of his life, his body, and when he's in front of you, within the mind, just say the word yes.
Yes.
Now look at his face. Look at his eyes. Place your hand on his cheeks. And let him know he is not alone. That you are with him. And that you love him. And that you accept him within you. And all that he is meant to be for you now. Radiate that to him. Unconditional love. Value and appreciation. And when you feel him receiving you, receiving your love, your appreciation of him, let him know, I'll take it from here.
I accept.
Now bring him into you. Draw him into your heart and being. And let him know he is welcomed. He is not alone. And when you're done, just say the word yes to let me know.
Yes.